گل و عیدیه امروز همون روزیه که عید بزرگ خداست دل همه بهاریه جشن همه شیعه هاست عید قدیره مولا علی امیره عید قدیره مولا علی امیره ماه و ستاره ها دارن تو آسمون میخندن راههای خندونشون در رخ غم میبندن خورشید که از راه میرسه با بال روشنایی میخواد به ما عیدی بده با دستای طلایی عید قدیره مولا علی امیره عید قدیره مولا علی امیره لباسای نو بپوشیم به دیدن هم بریم لنگ و شیرینی بخوریم همه دست بدیم دستامون رو بالا کنیم با هم بگیم ای خدا خدا میخواد عیدی بده به ما همه بچه ها عید قدیره مولا علی امیره 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 عید قدیر مبارک صلوات
اللهم صل علی محمد و آله احسن
آوازت خراب قرآن نیست.
Thank you.
نه نخوان از خاطر خدا از خاطر خدا نخوان از برای خدا نخوان
افتاد خیلی نه
So watching these kids reminds me of another funny story. There were a bunch of kids who were out on the street and they had formed a circle. And the local Maulana, he was curious why these kids were surrounded, in a circle. So he went up to them and he noticed that there was a little dog in the middle. And he asked them what they were doing. And they said that they were having a competition. Whoever would tell the biggest lie would get the puppy. So each kid was trying to win the competition. So the Maulana said to them, how could you guys lie? Lying is the biggest sin. And so he gave them a 10-minute sermon about how lying is really bad. And then he ended up the sermon by saying that when I was your age, I never lied. So the kids looked around and then one of them said to the Maulana, he said, okay, fine, you win the dog. I don't know if that went over everyone's head. Thank you. Of course, we love our Maulanas, and these are all jokes. So having said that, I'd like to invite our next speaker. He doesn't really need an introduction. I'm sure everybody knows him. Dr. Taghaif, please come to the stage. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Please recite a lot salawat.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم الحمد لله رب العالمین بارئ الخلائق اجمعین الصلاة والسلام علی عبده و رسوله حافظ سره و مبلغ رسالاته سیدنا و مولانا ابوالقاسم مصطفی محمد
اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد
و علی اهل بیته الطیبین الطاهرین المعصومین اعوذ بالله من الشیطان الرجیم I would like to extend my sincere congratulations on this auspicious occasion to my dear brothers and sisters, scholars, سماحت حضرت آیت الله صابری جمیعا سلام علیکم و رحمت الله.
وعلیکم السلام و رحمت الله و برکاته.
I also would like to thank you all for coming. It's an honor for me to come here in such a great occasion and speak in front of my dear brothers and sisters. I would like to start with that great story that I always wanted to tell this story on the occasion of Eid al-Ghadir. Because this is a story that is very inspiring. Then you would realize that if you are here, it's not by chance, it's by invitation. It means you have done something good in your life that you are here tonight. But before I start that, I wanted to see if my dear sister at the back, they can hear me, because I can hear you very clearly. I don't know if you can hear me or not. It was said, I think I was young at the time this story happened. This is a very true story. Hazrat Ayatollah Marashi, which is one of the great Maraja of the current century, in Qom, one day he woke up in the morning and asked his people, the people in his household, is there anybody in this country by the name Shahriyar? They said yes. Shahriyar is a poet in the city of Tabriz, which is in northwestern of Iran. He said, I would like to see him. Is there any way I can meet him? They said, of course. And at that time, there was telegraph that they used to go to the post office and type some code word and send it to the other city, and the post office in that other city would deliver the message. So they take the message to Shahriyar, and they said, Hazrat Ayatollah Marashi wanted to meet you. It was a great honor that such a great marja wanted to meet someone who was not famous at that time. So he took the honor and said, definitely I am going to see him today. So he took the bus, came to the home, and came to the house of Ayatollah Marashi and said, I'm Shahriyar. Ayatollah Marashi told him, okay, can you recite that poem that you said about Imam Ali alayhi salam? Shahriyar started shivering when he heard this. He said, how did you know that I have recited a poem for Imam Ali alayhi salam? Because I said this poem last night at 11 o'clock at night. I didn't even have a chance to review it myself. How did you know? Ayatollah Marashi told him, last night in my dream, I saw that I'm in the presence of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And Imam asked the people around him, and he said, ask the people, the poet who recite poem for our family to come. I want to give them their prizes. There were lots of people from different, countries, from different nations. They came. At the end, Imam Ali alayhi salam said, where is Shahriyar among them? And I saw this man came in, and Imam Ali alayhi salam told him, the poem that you recited for us, that you said for us, is very good. And I wanted to hear that poem. So, these great Imams and Ahlul Bayt, when you do something for them, they immediately wanted to give your prizes. And that's why you are here. I have done something good for them, and they invited you here tonight to give our pledge of allegiance to them and renew our pledge of allegiance with them. And then Shahriyar was it was a revolution inside him, and he became one of the greatest poets in Iran. And after that, he was recited so many, he became the Ahlul Bayt poet, and he recited so many great that probably you have seen the series that they made out of his life on TV. Say loud salawat inshallah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
So on the day of Ghadir, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, took the hand of Imam Ali alayhi salam and said, Man kuntu mawla fahaza aliyun mawla. Whoever is following me, after me, Imam Ali alayhi salam is his leader. 2.5 months later or 3 months later, Prophet Muhammad died. So between the day of Ghadir and the death of or martyrdom of our great prophet was only 2.5 to 3 months. So what happened? All those Muslims that they witnessed that event, what happened to them? They all turned their way back and said, no, we didn't hear anything, we didn't see anything. We need to find the answer to this. It wasn't like 3 years later, so people, they said, okay, we forgot what happened on that day. It was 3 years ago. It was only 2 to 3 months ago. There is 3 possibilities. One is that after Prophet's martyrdom, everybody, all the Muslims said, you know what? Forget about the Prophet. We don't want to listen to what he said. That's one possibility, because that's what he said. The second, which is kind of far from intellect, to say that, yes, all the Muslims, they turn their back away from what the teaching of Prophet. The second possibility is that some people, because of the personality of Imam Ali alayhi salam, they did not want Imam Ali alayhi salam to be their leaders, just because they had some problem with Imam Ali alayhi salam. Today when you talk to some of the Sunni brothers, they say the one that they have, like, they are more fair. Because I was talking to one of my American friends about the religion, about the Christianity, about Islam, and he was telling me, he said, I have a problem with Islam, I have a problem with your religion. I said, what is that problem? He said, you're telling me that you worship the same God as Christianity, of the God of the Christians. I said, of course, it's the same God. He said, but the God, if it's the same God, this God, everything he does makes sense. But people are telling me that your prophet gathered in the heat of the August in Saudi Arabia, all the people, to tell them that the meat, the pork is haram, pork is forbidden. That doesn't make sense. I said, exactly, that's my problem too. So the other people, the other possibility is to say, because Imam Ali was a fair man, very just man. When he was coming to the Hajjatul Wada, the same trip that Prophet Muhammad, after the trip, took his hand and said, after me, Ali is your leader. Imam Ali was coming from Yemen. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, came to Mecca from Medina, but Imam Ali alayhi salam was coming from Yemen, because before that, Prophet missioned him to go with his people to Yemen to propagate and advertise for Islam. So when they were leaving from Yemen to come to Mecca, the people of Yemen gave them lots of good clothing, because the board of Yamani, if you have heard of board of Yamani, the fabric of Yemen was one of the greatest fabric in that time. So the people of Yemen, as a gift, when they were leaving, they gave them lots of good clothing. When they were about to enter the city of Mecca, Imam Ali alayhi salam said, I'll go faster to meet with the Prophet and give him the report. And you guys come in after me. Those people, when they were about to enter, these are the companion of Imam Ali alayhi salam. When they're about to enter the Mecca, they said, we are going to the Mecca, this is a great city, we're going to see the Prophet. It's best that we change our clothes and wear those clothes that the people of Yemen gave us. So they wear the clothes and they came in. Imam Ali met with them and said, what is this? They said, well, this is the clothes that the people of Yemen gave us. I know when we give it to Prophet, he's going to give it back to us. So we said, we wear it. He said, no. He was so upset. He said, no, you could not take what we call it, Beitul Mal, and use your own judgment. You should have given it to the Prophet. So he was very upset. He started, talking to them in a very angry voice. So some people, they said, because Imam Ali was just, was a fair man, people, they said, if he becomes the leader, we're going to have problem. It's better that someone who is more lenient, someone who gives, he said, because you're such a great companion, this land is for you. It's because you have done this with the Prophet, that property is for you. Or that position is for you. Let's bring one of those and make the Islam, bloom. So that's a second possibility. But then when we wanted to take this possibility, we say, yes, some Muslim may have done that, may have thought about this, but it could not be the majority. So what happened to the majority? Because this is what the majority did. So that comes to the third possibility. And that third possibility, before I mention the third possibility, let's look at the surah, holy verse in the Quran about the occasion of the Ghadir, with your loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the holy book of Quran said, Al-yawm ya'isul lazina kafaru min dinakum. Today, those kafirs, the disbelievers, they disappointed about entering or fighting with you in your religion. So today, they are disappointed. So don't be afraid of them. فَلَا تَخْشَوْهُمْ وَخْشَوْنِي. But fear me. Don't fear them, because today something is happening that because of that event, this believer can't do any harm to you anymore. But I can, meaning Allah. I can. Then it said, Al-yawm akmalta lakum dinakum batmantu alaykum ni'mati. Today, I completed your religion and perfected my favor upon you. Meaning, because some questions sometimes nowadays, when you talk to people, especially people from Iran, they said, Islam is in danger. People are hungry. Islam is in no danger. Islam has seen many disasters, many distresses throughout the history. Muslim may be in danger, but Islam is not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this book said, I sent this book and I make sure that this book stays safe. And if this book, as long as this book stays safe, Islam has no problem. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, oh people, if you do not follow me, at any time I can bring another people to replace you, to whom they would like me and I love them. So, it's not that God is desperate for our worship. Now he says, and when we look at the history from the time of Prophet Muhammad up to today, you see that Islam and Muslim have never been defeated by the outsider. If the outsider could have come in, is because of the Muslim themselves. Because we allowed them to come in and influence our life, influence our countries, influence our people. Because this is the promise of Allah. He said, they can't harm you anymore, but be afraid of me. That's a question, that why should we be afraid of God? God is the most merciful, the most gracious, the most beautiful entity in the whole universe. Why should we be afraid of Him? Why He's saying, be afraid of me? The answer is this. Allah, so anything that happens in this world is by the grace of Allah, and Allah knows about it. He said, by my will, by my divine will. There is no leaf that can fall from the tree unless God knows about it. But that knowing has a rules and regulation. Meaning, if something is going to happen to our community, Allah knows about it. But that knowing has a rules and a regulations, has a rules. Allah said, I do not take my blessing away from any community. إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم, unless they cause that. Meaning that's a will. That's a will of Allah. Allah said, my will states, if you want to be prosperous, you have to do things about it. You cannot just sit down and relax and say, okay, Allah knows everything, He's going to help us. So, Allah is saying that be afraid of my will, that be worried about yourself not doing anything about the things that I'm asking you to do. That's the meaning of فَلَا تَخْشَوْهُمْ, do not be afraid of them, but fear me. Meaning, at the same time that you're sitting down and said, okay, Alhamdulillah, I have a great life, I don't care about my neighbor, I'm going to take that great life out of your life. That's my will. When we say by the will of Allah, if Allah wills, sometimes people, they think when he said, فَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ, God would bring up whomever He wanted and bring down whoever He wanted. Meaning it's like, as we say in Farsi, harki harkiye. God is decided to give this man a wealth and take the wealth from that other person. No. That will has a rules. Because that man is working really hard. Allah said, I give him blessing. And that other man doesn't care. So Allah said, I take the blessing away. That's a will. So when Allah said, today I completed my religion, meaning that religion is going to stay. That religion is going to stay forever. No one can hurt that religion or harm that religion. But the people who follow that religion can be hurt or be harmed. Why? Because of they themselves. Because they don't follow the rules and regulations. Because they don't follow their leaders. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a very great saying. He said, because now Prophet knows after him what is going to happen. So he said, إِنِّي لَا أُخَافَ عَلَىٰ أُمَّتِيَ الْفَقْرَ. I'm not worried about my people from being poor or needy. وَلَكِنْ أَخَافَ عَلَيْهِمْ سُوءُ التَّدْبِيرِ. But I'm worried about them not thinking, about them not using their brain, about them not using their intelligence. I'm worried about that. Meaning, oh people, if you're gonna get hurt, it's from you yourself not thinking, not using your brain. I think I told you that joke a while back, but with your great and loud salawat, I say it one more time, which is very relevant here. They said this man needed a brain transplant. His brain was rotten, and when he went to the doctor and they said, you need to transplant with the new brain. So they brought several brain, and they said this brain is from a Japanese man, and it costs $100,000. That other brain is from a German guy, and it worth $200,000. And because I don't want to offend anybody, they said this third brain is from a person from Hamadan, and is worth $1 million. The guy said, that's very amazing, you know. The German brain worth only 200,000, the Japanese 100. How come this brain from this guy from a small town in Iran worth $1 million? So he said, I cannot afford the $1 million one, but can you tell me why this guy has a $1 million brain? The doctor said, because he had never used it. So it's brand new. So we need to use our brain, and that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us. Because so many times in the Holy Book, Allah said, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ أَفَلَا يَتَفَكَّرُونَ, meaning, oh people, start thinking, start using your brain. Otherwise, my blessing is going to be taken away from you. And that's what is happening to the Muslim communities all over the world. So, if we are here, if we've been invited to this great occasion, we need to follow this one rule. And the best thing, because Allah made it so easy for us. Allah made it so easy for us. Let me tell you a saying from Imam Ali alayhi salam from Nahj al-Balagha. Imam Ali alayhi salam said in the Nahj al-Balagha, every single Shia means follower, every single Shia has a responsibility in his religion, and that is to follow his leader, his imam, step by step. There is a great lesson in the life of Imam Ali alayhi salam. All our imams, but because today belongs to Imam Ali alayhi salam, I mention his name. There is a great lesson that how he treated people, how he dealt with orphan, how he dealt with enemy, how he dealt with friends. So we need to learn those and implement it in our lives if we want it to be prosperous. But if something happened, we cannot complain then later on and say, oh, why these bad things are happening to the Muslim? Because we forgot about the orphans. This is the word of Allah in the Holy Book of Quran. He said, you know, if you're afraid about your children being without the father or being without the parents, desperate in the war, now that you have the chance, work with the orphan, take care of the orphans. Surah Al-Fajr. If you read that beautiful verse, you will find out what Allah is saying. He said, you wanted me to help your kids? While you have the chance, help the other orphans. We need to use Imam Ali alayhi salam as a measure and see how close we are to his character, how close our behavior and reaction is to his behaviors and reactions. And that's what we have to start learning about his life. Coming here to the masjid and just listening to few lectures, this is the prerequisite. It's not the goal. The goal is that we take this, we go home and start learning about Nahj al-Balagha. And because how do we know the people who are not present? From what they left for us, from their books, we'll find out how they dealt with people, how they dealt with their family. One of the great problems that I see in Muslim communities nowadays is the problem between husband and wives. Because we do not know how Imam Ali alayhi salam and Lady Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, they dealt with each other. We take what we see in the example that we see on the street. And that's what the problem is in our lives, unfortunately. So I can't leave without saying this poem in Farsi with your loud salawat, inshallah. در آن نفس که بمیرم در آرزوی تو باشم، بدان امید دهم جان که خاک کوی تو باشم. به وقت صبح قیامت که سر ز خاک برآرم، به گفتگوی تو خیزم به جستجوی تو باشم. به مجمعی که در آیند شاهدان دو عالم، نظر به سوی تو دارم غلام روی تو باشم. به خوابگاه عدم گر 1000 سال بخفتم، ز خواب عاقبت آگه به بوی موی تو باشم. یا علی حدیث روضه رضوان نگویم، گل بهشت نبویم، جمال حور نجویم، دوان به سوی تو باشم. می بهشت ننوشم ز دست ساقی رضوان، مرا به باده چه حاجت، مرا به باده چه حاجت که مست روی تو باشم. یا علی 1000 بادیه سهل است با وجود تو رفتن، وگر خلاف کنم سعدیا به سوی تو باشم. اللهم انی اسألک و اتوجه الیک بنبیک نبی الرحمه محمد صلی الله علیه و آله، یا ابوالقاسم، یا رسول الله، یا امام الرحمه، یا سیدنا و مولانا، انا توجهنا و استشفعنا و توسلنا بک الی الله و قدمناک بین یدی حاجاتنا، یا وجیها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. یا ابوالحسن، یا ابوالحسن، یا امیر المؤمنین، یا علی ابن ابی طالب، یا حجت الله علی خلقه، یا سیدنا و مولانا، انا توجهنا و استشفعنا و توسلنا بک الی الله و قدمناک بین یدی حاجاتنا، یا وجیها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. و صلی الله علی محمد و آله الطاهرین.
Assalamu alaikum. So just really quickly, he made a really good point about husbands treating their wives properly, well, and we should take Imam Ali's example. And there was this old couple, they'd been married for 60 years, and people were curious, how come they were so happy. And so the husband said, I treat my wife really well, and then we also travel. We take her to a lot of places. And he said, for example, on the 25th anniversary, he took her to Shanghai, China. And everybody in the audience clapped politely. And then somebody asked him, what did you do for the 50-year anniversary? And he said, I went back to China and picked her up. I'm glad the guys were laughing. All right, so having said that, if we said a lot of salawat for Brother Ibrahim Saidi. I believe he's going to come for a nasheed.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. سلام علیکم.
و علیکم السلام و رحمت الله.
عید سعید قدیر رو تبریک عرض می‌کنم خدمت عزیزان. چند بیت یا چند خط میخونم. البته باید اگه میشه با دست زدن یا جواب دادن یه مقدار همراهی کنم، نه یه مقدار ریتمش تو بدم مشکله. علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی جواب بدید. علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی مولا، علی، علی مولا، علی مولا، علی ها علی بشر کیف بشر، ها علی بشر کیف بشر، ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر، ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر مانده عالم همه در حیرت تو که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه مگر علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا همه علی مولا 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 علی ها علی بشر کیف بشر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر مانده عالم همه در حیرت تو که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه مگر علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا همه علی دست علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا شب سرشار ز اسرار قدیم شب سرشار ز اسرار قدیم شب عشق علمدار قدیم شب حیدر شب حجت حق شب حیدر شب حجت حق شب رحمت به احرار قدیر شب رحمت به احرار قدیر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ها علی بشر کیف بشر همه ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر مانده عالم همه در حیرت تو که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا ماشاءالله مولا علی 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 مولا همه مستیم خم و باد علی همه مستیم خم و باد علی یم رحمت بود یاد علی به نبی گفت جبریل امین به نبی گفت جبریل امین که علا یا نبی ناد علی که علا یا نبی ناد علی ها علی بشر کیف بشر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر مانده عالم همه در حیرت تو که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی جواب نمیدید علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی مولا علی قمرت را فلک مشتری است قمرت را فلک مشتری است نجفت خانه مادری است تو سراپا وجودت ز رسول تو سراپا وجودت ز رسول و محمد خودش حیدری است و محمد خودش حیدری است ها علی بشر کیف بشر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ربه فیه تجلا و ظهر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ربه فیه تجلی و ظهر مانده عالم همه در حیرت تو که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه خاک نعلین علی در و گوهر مشعل نور رخ شمس و قمر خاک نعلین علی در و گوهر مشعل نور رخ شمس و قمر مانده عالم همه در حیرت او که بشر می شود این گونه مگر که بشر می شود این گونه مگر ها علی بشر کیف بشر ها علی بشر همه شر ربه فیه تجلی و ظهر ربه فیه تجلی و ظهر علی مولا علی مولا علی علی مولا علی مولا علی علی مولا علی مولا علی علی مولا این صلوات بلند خط کنید
بله ممنون نوبت کیست؟ Who is the next?
We're going to do Kahoot. All right. So next we're going to do Kahoot. So if you guys can take out your cell phones, it's going to play a little game. In the meantime, I know some of you guys might not know this, but I'm originally from Egypt. My father is Egyptian, and so is my mom. And my dad is from an area called Husseiniya, which is where Imam Hussein's head, according to some hadiths, is buried. And my father, rahmatullah alayhi, used to love Imam Ali and he loved Ahlul Bayt a lot. And he actually passed away on Eid al-Ghadir 8 years ago. So I'd like to request a Fatiha for his soul and all of the Rahmeen and all of your parents who passed away. Please recite Surah Fatiha, Brother Salah.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. So many congratulations. Okay, so many congratulations on the occasion of great Eid of Ghadir. Today we have a special public games with very special prizes. Please everyone take out your cell phones and go to kahoot.it, enter the PIN number. So we have 2 Kahoots for every age, and you will regret it if you don't join, because we have so many good prizes for a lot of you. Okay, so take out your cell phones, go to kahoot.it and enter the PIN number. Because we're running short of time, this time I have to start quickly. Okay, so you guys, I think you are expert in Kahoot. So Kahoot.it, every age is very welcome to join, especially sisters in the back. Okay. Who don't have internet, they can borrow from a grown-up. If someone's not playing, some of the girls don't have cell phone. If you can lend it to them. Okay, the youth, you feel free to come forward, sit down here, and then we'll start in a minute or 2. I have 1 cell phone. If someone needs it, I have 1. You can use it. You have 1? Is there anyone else who wants to join, or should we start? Or you want to join? Okay, I have a couple more people. Okay, yeah, one of the places back there. So we have 36 players, so let's wait until 40 and then... Okay, so, okay, we're at 41 now. Okay, so let's... Kahoot.it, not Kahoot.com, Kahoot.it. Okay, Kahoot.com doesn't work. Okay, do you have anyone else who wants to join, or should we start? Is there any... Okay, let's wait for the last player to join and then we will start. Okay, everyone's ready? 3, 2, 1, and let's start now. Okay, question number 1. What was the Prophet's announcement in the sermon he gave in Ghadir form? The start of a battle, prayer time, Imam Ali is his successor, or religious reminder? I'm sure you guys know, you have to pick the right color, okay? Not the order, just the right color. 1, and the right answer, yeah, most of you guys know the answer. It's the Imam Ali's succession after Ghadir is the only path between which two holy cities, Mecca and Medina, Najaf and Karbala, Qom and Mashhad, Damascus and Aleppo. Which one is the right answer? Feel free to get assistance from grown-ups if you like to. Okay, and the right answer is between Mecca and Medina. I'll go fast because we have 2 Kahoots today. Which surah mentions the divine order to the Prophet to announce Imam Ali as his successor? Surah Fatiha, Baqarah, or Surah Al-Qalam, or Surah Ma'idah? Which surah, I think it was in one of, Dr. Tafi's speech too, or, yeah. 3, 2, 1, and the right answer is Surah Al-Ma'idah. Okay, and question 4. How many companions witnessed the sermon of the Prophet in Ghadir form? 9, 10s, 100s, or 1000s? How many people participated in the EIDE Ghadir event?
100,000.
Yeah, make sure you pick one. Okay, don't leave it unanswered. Okay, yeah, thousands. Good job. Almost everyone. In Hadith al-Saqalain, what did the Prophet command the Muslims to adhere by? Quran and Ahlul Bayt, Quran and Sunnah. And try to remember the answers because the second Kahoot has a lot of common questions. Okay? So if you don't know the answer, try to learn it from this one. And the right answer is Hadith al-Saqalain is about Quran and Ahlul Bayt. It's impressive so far. And then the question 6, which group is the full embodiment of the Quran? Muslims, Ahlul Bayt, companions, or Meccans? And it's kind of following up on the last question. So it's pretty much the same idea. Awesome, yeah, it's Ahlul Bayt, again in Hadith al-Saqalain. Question 7, immediately after the Prophet's sermon, who wrote a poem to celebrate the announcement? Hassan ibn Thabit, Imam Ali, the Prophet Muhammad, or Imam Mahdi? Which of these are a poet that was participating in the Ghadir form? And the right answer, 3, 2, 1, is Hassan ibn Thabit. Right. Okay, and almost halfway there, which Arabic word the Prophet used to signify the leadership of Imam Ali after him? Imam, Nabi, Mawla, or Sayyid? There is a famous word that the Holy Prophet used in the event of Ghadir, referring to Imam Ali alayhi salam. What was the word? Imam, Nabi, Mawla, or Sayyid? Awesome, yeah. It's not Imam Ali is Imam, but Holy Prophet mentioned Mawla, so it's Mawla. Okay. Question number 9: who narrated the event in Ghadir form? Sunni Islam narrators, all Muslim narrators, only Shia Islam narrators, or none of the above? Who are the narrators of Ghadir form? It's actually all of the Muslims, both Shia and Sunni. How many hours did the Muslims spend in Ghadir Khum for the announcement of the Prophet? Less than 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, or 2 days? How many hours did the event last? Okay, I guess the hardest question so far. Yeah, it's actually 5 hours. Definitely didn't last 2 days. Okay, most of you guys feel cool. Which year of Hijri was the event of Ghadir Khum? Was it 3 after Hijrat, 5 after Hijrat, 10 after Hijrat, or 67 after Hijrat? Which was the year of the Ghadir Khum event? Okay, awesome. It's actually 10, yeah. Again, the majority got it right. So we're halfway through. Let's get to know the leaders. Who is Saeed? Saeed over there. And Dina, Sam? Good job. And Groves or something. G-Rose. Who is that one? Over there. You guys pick weird names. Who is this one? Good job. And your Ali? Good job, guys. Okay, so almost half, more than half. Okay. Where were the Muslims before the stop at Ghadir Khum? They were performing 8 prayers in the battlefield in Medina or performing Hajj. Look at the timeline that the EIDE Ghadir is happening these days. So it's after performing Hajj, yeah. It's at the conclusion of Hajj. How many Hajjs did the Prophet perform in his life? 1, 2, 3, or 4? How many Hajjs the Holy Prophet ﷺ performed in his holy life? It's actually only 1, yeah. Not what most of you guys thought. Who did choose the succession of Imam Ali? Companions, Imam Hassan, God's revelation to the Prophet, peace be upon him, or none of the above? Basically, the decision to announce Imam Ali as the successor of the Holy Prophet was made by which of these? It's God's revelation to the Prophet. Yeah, very good job. How many first generation Muslims narrated the event in Ghadir Khum? 11, 34, 56, or 110? Okay, so how many first generation Muslims narrated the event? 2, 1, and 110. Okay, what was the level of authenticity of narration of the event in Ghadir Khum? Doubtful, almost authentic, quite authentic, or undoubted? Look at the wording and see which one fits this more correctly. 1, and it's undoubted. Undoubted, yeah. And the list 17, what is the principle put by Almighty Allah to assign a Muhammad? Whoever dominates divine selection, whether the individuals or consultation. Okay, and I think it shouldn't be that hard, so hopefully most of you get it right. So it's divine selection, obviously. And question 18, which year of Hijri was Imam Ali born? 50 before Hijrat, 27 before Hijrat, 3 after Hijrat, or 20 after Hijrat? Okay. Almost done. So after this one, we have a second one. And then the winners of both will get prizes. It's 27 before Hijrat. Okay, and question number 19, and the conclusion of the question, which one is bigger, sun, moon, earth, or my love for Imam Ali alayhi salam? This is the last question. So this one, hopefully everyone will get the right answer and a good conclusion. And well, actually, 8 people, maybe we should give prize to them too. Yeah, it's my love for Imam Ali, and let's get to know the top 3. Grass. Who was that one? You, okay. Saeed. 2, and why? Who is why? Why is you? Wasn't in there. Okay, why is you? Okay, so 3. And so from our sisters, who is number 4, 5, 6 from the sisters? We have to pick 3 of the sisters too. Anyone in the sisters in the top 10? Do we have one? Okay, in the sisters, ladies. Anyone who has a rank? You are 7. Okay, so you get a prize. How about you? You 4. Okay, and then one more. You are 9. Okay, good job. Anyone else from 1 to 10 in the ladies? You? Okay, so you get 1, 2. Okay, so 4 of the ladies and then 3 of the brothers. We go to the last Kahoot. Okay, everyone's ready? Okay, so this doesn't need another pin code, so you can just continue.
Let's play this one. This one. Just do it.
Oh, sorry, I thought it doesn't need. So, but please change the pin number and then pick this one. And then we will start pretty fast. So just pick this new number in. Okay, so this one has some comment questions with the last one, so you guys should do better in this one. Okay, so again, just go to kahoot.it and then enter the pin number 809718, and we will start as soon as we hit almost 40 that we had in the last one. Okay, so in the first game we have 3 of the brothers and 4 of the sisters in the top 10 who get the prize. We'll do the same for this one. Also, we have 38, 39. Okay, so let's start now. Okay, 45. Okay, so let's start. 46. Anyone else? Okay, so let's start now. So you can join with these pin numbers still if you didn't have the chance. 809718. The day of Ghadir was the first time the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ever announced or discussed his successor. True or false? So it's actually false because hinted and mentioned that before too, but the Ghadir basically became official. The choice of the successor of the Prophet is decided solely by companions, Prophet, Allah or Ummah. We had a similar question in the last so the choice of the successor, we said it's decided by Allah. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Next question is the day of Ghadir occurred on which day of the month of Dhul Hijjah? Is it on the 9th, on the 10th, 18th, or 24th? Remember the Eid al-Qurban was, I think, 11, so it's a week after Eid al-Qurban. And the right answer is 18th. Again, most of you got the right answer. The Muslims stopped at Ghadir after returning from, so this one again everyone should know because we just talked about it in the last talk. Hajj, Medina, Badr or Kufa? We just said that Muslims stopped after returning from Hajj. Yeah, of the 46 people. And the revelation to the Prophet to make the announcement at Ghadir was which Quran ayah and verse? Surah Al-Insan verse 8, Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 55, Surah Al-Ahzab verse 32, Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 67. In the last code we said that it's in Surah Ma'idah, so basically brown, blue and green is your choice to make. And the right answer is ayah 67. Question number 6. Hadith Sakhalain, the two weighty matters that Prophet instructed the people to follow are which two? They had it in the last one again. Quran only, Sunnah of Prophet, Quran and Ahlul Bayt, Quran and Sunnah. It's actually two, so it's none of the first two. So it's either the yellow or green. And I'm sure most of you know the answer. It's Quran and Ahlul Bayt. Okay, and question number 7, the announcement at Ghadir was witnessed by how many? It was private, 10 to 20, hundreds, many thousands. Yeah, so you guys remember it was many thousands. Yeah. At Ghadir, the Prophet announced that his successor was, so this one, I'm sure everyone knows. So who is the successor of the Holy Prophet? Imam Ali, Salman, Abu Dhar, or any of his companions? So let's see if we can get here. Okay, I don't know who is getting some of them wrong. It's Imam Ali again. The Prophet raised the hand of Imam Ali and proclaimed him to be Mawla, best cousin ever, 100 young, not the too young, sorry, to be or say it. It's definitely not your best cousin ever. So pick from the other ones. And we said that the wording that the Holy Prophet used was Mawla. Yeah. And question number 10. Immediately after the announcement, this Muslim poet recited poetry about Imam Ali at the event. Who was that poet? So it's Hassan ibn Sabit, Prophet, Nafdal, or Walid ibn Mughayr. Okay, so again, repeated question, so it's short memory question. 3, 2, 1, and it's Hassan ibn Sabit. Yeah. And the question 11, before they left Ghadir, the Prophet ordered all the companions to give Imam Ali money, allegiance, a pat on the back, or dates. It's not a pat on the back. So pick from the other 3. 3, 2, and 1. Allegiance. Awesome. And the question number 12, the incident of Ghadir is unanimously agreed about by Sunnis, Shia, all Muslims, or no Muslims? So you won't get 2 prizes. So if you're not in top 3, that's okay, because probably some of you guys are coming. Maybe some of the winners are coming with the previous one. Question 13. After the declaration at Ghadir, Allah revealed in this surah, on this day I have blank your religion. I have perfected, completed, started, or introduced. Look at the wording. It's the translation of this word over here. It's actually perfected. Yeah. And question 14. Prior to declaration, so we'll finish after this one. Prior to declaring Imam Mawla, Prophet quoted this ayah to put term Mawla into context, meaning the friend, relative, brother, or authority. This is the last question. I want to see the table. Okay, so what is the exact meaning of Mawla? It's authority. Okay, so any of these who are new get the prize again. Who is Noah? Noah. Okay, it's you again. You won in the last one too. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is coming. Who is Milad? Who is Milad? Okay, over there. And who is Ye? Ye is there. Okay, again, ladies 1 to 10. Please come forward. Any of the sisters from 1 to 10. Okay, so the winners of the last one, and then the sisters from 1 to 10 in the second game. Please come forward. Yeah. So of the girls and sisters from 1 to 10 in both of the Kahoots, and then the guys who are mentioned. Okay, come forward. Okay, so introduce yourself, your name, and a big round of applause. What's your name? A big round of applause to the Khanom. Good job. Okay. Okay, and
Dina Sam 11. Zahra Sam 10. Sakina Us. Mama Zamila, taking my outside masters. Tina, I know! Oh, you are? That's what I know. What's that? Oh, starting at 4?
I'm Yusuf. I'm 12.
What is this? It's not fake.
Roaming 14.
Wait, no.
A big round of applause for all the winners. Awesome job. Congratulations.
It said 1 through 10. I'm exactly 10. I was just